Hi, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to another Project Life Process video. This is week 6. Yeah, week 6 in my family album. And this week I wanted to try and keep it pretty simple. Most of the papers that are used come from this 1 6x6 paper pad. It's by American Crafts, the Mayberry. Yeah, it's called Mayberry. And most of the colors, they come from this card that I'm using. It has little tiny tickets all over it, and I was trying to keep it simple, but I mean it still wound up being extra complicated. Well, not complicated, but I mean I was trying to use that black, and black, normally I don't use black. It's kind of a hard color for me to incorporate, but I knew I wanted to pull the black. There's one of those little tickets is black, and I had these little alphas left over from December Daily, so I put the oh yeah, and that little yellow frame or tag, I just cut that. There's a sheet in this paper pad that has little cut aparts. That's where that came from. So I'm going to put my week number on top of that little yellow tag. And I was just digging for something to go behind there just to give it a little pop of color. So I stick that on, and I wanted to put like that Life is Sweet in between the week and the number. And this is where I complicated. I was trying to keep it simple, but I got the idea, since it had all these little tiny tickets, I figured I'd cut out some of those extra little tickets and glue them on here. And I'm kind of out of frame, but I'm using a hole puncher just to notch the little edges, because they're so tiny it's kind of hard to cut them with scissors. So I'm just using a hole puncher, and basically I'm going to pick like a few of the spots on there and just glue an extra ticket, or put an extra one on top of foam tape. So I put my that little Life is Sweet ephemera, and I was gonna try and put that cork piece, but I don't know, it was just too much. Like, this card came out way busier than I anticipated, but I don't know, it was fun putting it together. So basically I'm just gonna pop like a few of the little tickets up on there. You'll see, and it does add, it gives just a little dimension to the board. Alright, for this card, I think that cork piece, that little cork piece is the only one that didn't come out of the Mayberry paper pad. And this sticker, I mounted it on some pink paper just to give it a little more pop. And then I put that on top of some foam tape and put it behind these little, those little Admit 1 tickets. And I didn't have a lot of pictures this week, so I'm actually going to have like more than one. Like, this is not a title, I guess it's a filler card, and I really like the way this card came out. And I'm just finishing it off with some enamel dots, and I really like the way that I was trying to use that black enamel dot, like the way it kind of tied those together. And this picture, I just wanted to keep it, I don't know, just kind of simple. So all I did was mount it on that paper and add those little hearts, and I think that's it. I may add one more piece. I don't know, I was trying to keep it, I don't know, just keep it pretty simple, because it wasn't too much extra that I could put on here without covering my son's face. So yeah, I put that little everyday sticker and that little pink heart, and I had to trim that sticker down because it was just, I don't know, it was too big to fit. And that card is done. Now this picture, I think this is just a picture of my husband playing video games. And I had a hard time embellishing this picture. I don't know, because it's so dark. And these pictures are of my husband's iPad. I don't know if he took them with his iPad or his phone, but they're kind of dark. So I was just trying to add something to it, I don't know, just to brighten it up a little bit. So I ended up with that little piece. I just layered it under the bottom, and you'll see, I'm just trying to find something to put on here. And nothing else would fit. I think I end up, yeah, that is one of those little tags that I cut off of that, cut off the paper pad. And I don't know, it just kind of worked. And then on top of the tag, I stuck like a little tiny word sticker. And I just put enjoy. And I know I like the way it came out. Then I add that little love this. And I don't know, I think I tried to put most of the embellishments like where the picture was the darkest. And I think it helped brighten up the picture because most of the black part is covered up. Alright, and this crazy picture is just my husband and my son playing, taking selfies. I have no idea what they're doing. And I always have a hard time like with this size. I like to use this size picture, kind of like a film strip almost. But I always kind of have trouble embellishing these. So I add that blue to the top and the bottom, and I wanted to stick something else behind it. I think I ended up moving that polka dot because I don't know, it just didn't work. It was too many polka dots. The card was a polka dot, that polka dot, then the blue. So I think I ended up pulling it off. Yeah, I was just having a hard time with this card. And then I finally put that pink, and I think that pink just gave it like the perfect amount of pop. So once I was trying to make, I don't know, like a little, what do you call those? Like a little flag. But I had a hard time because I have a hard time just cutting straight if there are no lines. So I cut this a few times. I think I put it down and pulled it up and cut it a few more times. It just kept being crooked. I think I pulled it up one more time after this. I don't know if I showed it on camera because it was still crooked. And that right here, that's like my latest little trick because I always have a hard time cutting flags on the end of things. So I just use a square punch. And sometimes I have to go back and fix it, but it does, I don't know, help me get it straight. And I just added that So Sweet and right here. And I'm running out of word stickers. Like word stickers always save me when I don't know what to put. But I'm running out of the ones with the good phrases on them. So I guess I have to search for some more word stickers. And I ended up I couldn't find anything. So I ended up just writing directly on there. And I was just writing, they really enjoy their daddy-son time. Alright, this is another filler card, and I know I wanted to put that live, laugh, play on there, but I don't know, I think I was struggling because this is a different color scheme for me. So I put that live, laugh, love, I put it on a piece of foam tape and stuck a label sticker right under it. And I don't know, I was just struggling, and then I pulled out the enamel dots and it kind of tied everything together, and I wound up not even using this pink card because it just did not work. And I love when paper pads have like these little cutter parts because they're just perfect for layering things. And this this sticker I'm using is actually like the backing that was pulled off of that other sticker. I'm going to use it on this card somewhere. And I use those two pieces with the pink on it. And I'm going to put my journaling on that little tiny card, and it has like a little label on it. It says "so darn cute." So I thought that was just perfect. And I had a good idea how I wanted to layer these. And then once I glued everything, I was supposed to put the circle on top. And I actually mounted this on top of another piece of pink. You enjoyed this process. I really struggled this week getting this layout done. Like, does anyone else struggle on those weeks where you really don't have a story, you just have random pictures for the week? Like, if any of those weeks in the book, I would love to hear, or if you have any tips, because my plan to keep this rather simple and complete this layout. Like, you know, I have the pause, like I had to figure out what I tune for the next one.